Hello everyone, this is Nimish. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the roaring success of Saiyaara at the box office. This is the latest Bollywood movie directed by Mohit Suri, starring Ahan Pandey, Aneet Padda, produced by YRF, Aditya Chopra and team. And we are going to understand why and how this movie became an unpredictable box office success. Nobody could ever have said that this is what's going to happen. 48 to 50 crores in the first 2 days. How is it possible? How did this happen? And so we are going to step back, and I think the writing has been on the wall. So if you quickly think about it, which we will do today, there's three or four things that were very simple that everyone could have done and focused on, and many more movies would have been made in a much better way and gained much more success. So let's dive right into it. The first thing that everyone's thinking about is this is another Nepo kid. This is another Nepo baby, Ahan Pandey. How is the audience going and watching a Nepo kids films when they are providing so much hate to other Nepo kids and are basically not letting anybody else succeed, and there's a constant online hate factor? Well, there is a very important difference between this particular Nepo Kid project and others. In this project, An Pandey and the team of YRF and Mohit Suri did not allow them a single interview. Not one sentence I have heard from these two kids who, about the movie, how they felt, what their experience was, where they come from, who they know, what gym they're going to, which airport they're clicked at. I have not seen a single such thing online. Whereas for all other Nepo kids, you name them, you know that even before they had a project, even before they signed a movie, even before their movie released, they were constantly in the media attention, constantly in the paparazzi, PR, gym, airport, everywhere, appearing on Bollywood Wives shows, appearing on Netflix shows, appearing on collaborations, appearing with other influencers. They were all over the place. This caused an immediate disconnect from the audience to their lifestyle, because now they are not viewed as actors because their films have not even come out. They're just viewed as these rich kids who are from the industry, who are just walking into a film, getting a film, and there is an immediate disconnect. The more you know about someone, the accented English they speak, the branded clothes they wear, the international trips they take, all of this sort of paints a picture, even before you do a movie, paints a picture that is causing a disconnect with the audiences. So now with the audiences, you're already in the negative on the Nepo debate. If you didn't do all that, you would probably be somewhere, closer to the level playing field, and your work could speak for itself if you had the talent. Most of them don't even have the talent. So now they're just stuck in the negative and they're not following. Why is my movie not working? Is it only because of the Nepo debate? That's not true. You are underground and you need to crawl your way out with good talent and good skill set and good movies to now get appreciated by the audiences, for the audiences to change their mind about you. With Ahan Pandey, there was no thought for the audience as to what is he, who is he, how does he behave, what does he do, what does he talk like, what does he walk like. We don't know anything, and so we just know that he's another Nepo baby, so he's slightly in the negative. But with a fairly decent performance, a movie that is made by a good director, and we'll get into the other parts of this, they were able to connect to the character of Krish Kapoor that he's playing, who they've not seen at airports, gyms, or any such thing, only in the movie, playing the character. Connection happens, boom, you're a success. You go back, there are thousands of such examples of Nepo kids and non Nepo kids, debutants who have connected very well with the audience without doing interviews and any such PR. That is the only way. And if this writing on the wall could have been seen by many others, they could have taken some tips. Think about Hrithik Roshan, Abhishek Bachchan. Think about Ranveer Singh's debut in Band Baja Barat. Think about Aditya Roy Kapoor in Ashiki 2. Think about going even further back to Amir Khan, Salman Khan. Nobody knew anything about them until they came on the screen. And even if they knew a bit that they are from a film industry, film family, it didn't matter because their film was good, they connected to the characters, and it worked. So I don't think the audiences have ever rejected Nepo kids just for the sake of rejecting them. I think this PR culture with the social media over the past 10 years has gotten out of hand, and this is what has caused the complete difference between what happened to the other Nepo kids and Ahan Pandey. And that is one important thing as to why this Nepo film has turned out to work well with the audiences. The second important thing here is director Mohit Suri's conviction to make a love story in a time where this is the most bottom shelf genre in the industry. Everyone wants to make big projects, big movies, action sequences, legendary action, historic action, Maheshmati level action, Chavas, all of these movies where it's larger than life, prehistoric, historic, It has great set design, great cinematography, budgets that are through the roof, warrior films, action set pieces, blasting helicopters, helicopters flying into cars, which both fly into buildings, all of that kind of nonsense that people are mounting as projects these days. This is a film that is just a simple love story that has been told before, that we have seen before multiple times in multiple languages across the globe. But the conviction of the director that he wants to make this film only, that itself drives the creative force behind making the film. If you are told by others and your sort of basic core is now sort of corrupted with everyone else's thoughts, then you don't know what you're making. You don't know what you set out to make. Suraj Barjatia, for example, in Main Prem Ki Diwani Hu, when he looks back in his interviews, he says that I was trying to do something that is not me. I was trying to ask everyone around me, will this work with the new generation? Is this correct? Is this young? Is this trendy? He didn't know what he was making. And the result is out there. That movie sucks. Okay. So, similarly, anyone that goes away from their core, shifts from their core mindset of why they've set out to make this movie and what they want to tell, regardless of if it's a remake, if it's told 100 times, if it's even a good movie or not. But creativity only stems from within. And so if Mohit Suri was able to stay on track with his project, with his story in this movie, that result is now out there for the audiences to see. So go back to the writing board and start writing films and start making those films that you wrote. Do not deviate from the core of your project, is lesson number two. Third important thing, in my opinion, is the Hindi film industry audience has been starved for good music. We have a culture in the Hindi film industry of a full album working. One movie, 6 to 8 songs, 4 to 8 songs, whatever it might be, all good songs. So you can go buy the cassette as we used to back in the day. You can go buy the CD as we used to back in the day. You can download the sort of iTunes album back in the day. You can pay for it on Savan or Ghana and listen to the pro version of those albums. That's what is has been missing for a long time. If you had to even think of what some of the last good albums were, it's going to take you more than a couple minutes, and it's hard to even pick and choose. Most movies have only one song these days, two songs, remixes, remakes. It's just not something soulful, melodious, that is very natural of the Hindi film industry. And Saiyaara went back to the drawing board on making an album that suits the film, that suits the narrative, and also sort of gives a full package of every song being fresh music directors, six different music directors, songwriters, singers, all coming together, but making sure that it combines into one good album. That collaboration, again spearheaded by Mohit Suri, is what worked in this movie's favor. If this movie didn't have good music, this movie would probably not make 50% or even 70% of the business that it has done today. Music continues to be king, is a true takeaway from this film. An album can drive people to the theaters. People are crazy for good songs and to watch them in the theaters in the way they're supposed to be watched. So, this is another lesson that if people continue to have good conceptual music woven into the thread of the movie, and it's actually soulful, melodious, and a full, complete album that makes sense, people will flock to the theaters. So that was my discussion on Saiyaara's success at the box office. Leave your thoughts and comments below. If you watched this movie, did you enjoy the performances? Did you go for the music? Did you like the music? Did you like the direction? All your thoughts in the comments below. And until then, like, share, subscribe, and keep watching for much more.